Om Shri Mahaganathipatiye Namaha, Om Vasudevaya Namaha, Shri Bharati Deviye Namaha, Shri Ramanaya Namaha, Lakshmi Narayana Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Samamurtiye Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhanaktu Sahavidyam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudeva Sutam Kamsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramyanam Vishnu Vande Gurum. కిందటి క్లాసులో స్థిత ప్రజ్ఞుల లక్షణాలు, ఆ బుద్ధి నిశ్చలత, మనో అనుగ్రహం, ఈ అంశాల గురించి కృష్ణ పరమాత్మ అర్జునుడికి ఉపదేశించిన వివరాలన్నీ కూడా మనం తెలుసుకున్నాము. ఇన్ ది లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ we learned how Krishna Paramatma has instructed, has enlightened Arjuna about the steady mind, control of indriyas, and to concentrate on the object, may it be Paramatma or your desired object. Yatatoshyati kaunteya purushasya vipaschitah indriyani pramadhini haranti prasaham manaha. In spite of all the effort, whatever effort you make, the indriyas are so powerful that they deviate your mind and take away toward the sensual pleasures. So that much of great exercise is required to control the mind. Tani sarvani samyamya, you control all those things, all the organs, and yukta asita matparaha, you remain matparaha, concentrated on me. Yukta means one who is in control of his organs. Always yukta here means the one who keeps control of the organs. Asita, you see, be seated means be steady, don't waver. Vasehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtitaha, one who controls his organs and whose organs are under his control, he is called the prajna. Harsha wants the shlokas to be projected on the screen. Lyfistry organizer, please give it. Yeah, that's good. Yes. Nasti buddhi nayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayuta shanti ashantasya kutasukam. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya, one who is not in control of his organs, his buddhi is not steady, and one without the control has no bhavana or imagination or thinking about the object. Nacha bhavayuta shanti, when there is no bhava, there is no shanti. And finally, ashantasya kutasukam, where is happiness for eternal happiness or bliss for the person who has no ashanti or who has no shanti and who is not having the shanti. So that is what we have completed in the last classes, and this class We'll be doing only six slokas, and that will complete the second chapter. And this chapter is very important because it is called a Sanchipta Gita. The essence of Gita is embedded in this chapter. Though it's a long chapter, we have successfully coming to the end of the chapter, and we came to know how Lord Krishna has opened the mind of Arjuna and told him that control of mind, control of all the organs and the sensual pleasures is very important. Indriyanam vicharatam yanmano anuvidiyate tadasya harti prajnaka vayurnavamivambasi vayurnavam iva ambasi. Indriyanam, hello, can follow?
Indriyanam
vicharatam yanmano anuvidiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambasi. Indriyanam charatam yanmano anuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavam iva ambasi. Vayuhu navam iva ambasi. Just like a boat in the wind. That is a comparison given here. He told before, Ashantasya kutasukam. Where is happiness for a person who has no shanti or peace of mind? And so, because why he told like that? Because he means because charatam, out of the wandering indriyanam organs, the indriyas are wandering, they don't be steady and they will be looking for sensual pleasures. So the mind will be wandering under the influence of the indriyas. Yan senses, yan mano, organs are senses. Yan mano, with which organ the mind, anuvidhiyate follows. Out of all the organs, the mind follows certain organ which is very powerful and whose desired results are very attractive to the person. Here, the organs are different and the pleasures which we get from the organs are different. So, indriyanam, indriya are organs and indriyartha are the result of the phalam, are the result of the organs. So, what we get from by touching, we get with hands of the skin, we get the sense of touch. With nose, we get the sense of smell and all like that. So, out of the wandering indriyas, yan mano anuvidhite, which organ is followed by the mind, that particular organ and the person and that particular the mind which is attracted by that particular organ takes away the capability of the person. So one organ is sufficient to take away the capability of the person. Or prajnam harati, it steals or carries away or takes away the capability of the person. Okka indriyam valla మనస్సు హరించబడి మనస్సు దానికి చాపల్యానికి లోబడి దానివల్ల వచ్చే సుఖాల వైపు ఆసక్తమై మనుష్యుడిని తన వైపు తీసుకుని వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో ఇట్ క్యారీస్ అవే ది పర్సన్ అండ్ ఇట్ prajnam harati, it steals away or carries away and makes him devoid of his capability of the prajna. Just like a vayurnavam ivambhasi, vayurnavam ivambhasi. That's an important phrase. Vayurnavam ivambhasi. Just like a boat in the wind. The boat in water is carried away by the wind. Whatever, the wind is powerful and the water is deep. So, out of the wandering organs or senses, which organ the mind goes with, that particular organ steals or carries away, removes the capability of that person, and the boat in water is drifted away by the wind. The boat in the water is drifted away by the wind. So here the comparison, you see, here it is wandering, the mind is wandering. Can somebody say a phrase which I say in English? Why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond? Can somebody say this? Why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond? In some languages, why is pronounced as bhai. So the sentence is, why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond? The teacher is scolding a boy. Why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond? Can somebody say that?
Tatgar.
Yes, come on.
Vagabond అంటే someone person like ఏ పని లేకుండా తిరగడం
No, not
ఖాళీగా
clear. Hello, not clear. Please keep the mic clear.
vagabond అంటే లైక్ పర్సన్ ఎవరైనా ఏ పని లేకుండా ఉన్న వ్యక్తి
No, no, I
ఏ
want
పని
you to
చేయాలో
repeat this.
తెలియక తిరగడం.
So you repeat that sentence. You repeat that sentence. Why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond?
Why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond?
No, with the pronunciation of why. Why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond?
Why are you wandering on the veranda like a vagabond?
Right, nice. So that's a common sentence. So they give accent on a bhai instead of why like that. So now our comparison is Vayut Nava Mevam Bhasi. There is an alankara. There is for an alankara comparison for a similar metaphor or upama alankara, there should be an upamana, upameya, and upama vartika. Upamana is a comparison. Upameya, which is compared with, and upama vachika is the sentence combining these things. So, what is the upamana here? It is the comparison is boat in the water carried away by the wind. That is the comparison. And the boat is compared to buddhi, a steady mind. And the wind is compared to the mind which is influenced by organs or senses. Manas ఈ నావ మన తీసుకెళ్తున్న నావ బుద్ధితో సమానం. బుద్ధిని నావతో పోల్చాడు. అలాగే the mind influenced by the organs or senses is the wind. So the wind carries away. So the mind is carried away by the senses or the organs. So this here it is compared to the mind which is influenced by organs or senses. And water which is deep and turbulent, it can take the boat itself in different directions. But the careful boatman will be controlling the boat. So all the objects of senses are the bottom here. So they have the waves and all tides and all these things. So just like that, one organ is enough to deviate the steady wind. So even one the boat can be carried away by even one of the senses. Just like that. So there is example of how one organ can influence and carry cause a destruction of a person or object or an animal or anything. So a deer is always is destroyed by its hearing, because on listening to the sound it runs to the particular place and keeps itself in a danger. And elephant is affected by touch, and the grasshopper by the chakshu or eye, and the fish by the taste or tongue, and the bee by its smell. So like that, with one organ they put to danger. So that way, mind is capable of, so the mind can be lifted away by one organ, by the sensual pleasure it gives. the touch, the taste, the smell, all these things are the senses, different senses. So the Panchatanmatras are there, and all these senses we were discussed. And the capability of the mind is such that without the mind is capable of affecting the steady mind or the sense. Mind itself is capable, but so for this organs are not required. With your mind itself, you can get deviated, and it will spoil the steady mind. But organs can affect only if the mind is associated with that mind. So this differentiation of the so organs by themselves are nothing. Organs don't do anything by themselves. When the mind combines with it, they cause all the problem, and the steady mind is deviated. Manasu okati మనస్సుని మన బుద్ధిని విచలితం చేయగలుస్తుంది, కానీ ఆ శరీర అంగాలు లేకపోతే మన బుద్ధి ఈ సెన్సువల్ ప్రెజర్ కలిగించేటువంటి శరీర అంగాలు అవి మనసుతో కలిసినప్పుడే మనకి హాని కలిగించగలుస్తాయి. అంచేత ముఖ్యమైనది మనస్సు. Of all the organs, that one organ around which the mind revolves destroys the capability or steady mind of the person, just the boat in water by the wind. So this is a very good example, and how all organs with no exception should be controlled, because even one organ is sufficient to spoil the steady mind. So from this we can understand, or we should know that we should keep control of all the organs, and none should be left free for its own will. Tasmadhyasya. So who will read this slokam?
Sir, can I?
Yeah. Indriyanam charatam.
Yes, sir. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano vidiyate tadasya harati prajñam vayurnavam ivambhasi.
Okay. So Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano vidiyate tadasya harati prajñam vayurnavam ivambhasi. That is the sloka. So a beautiful comparison. In all respects, they both can be compared. Next we go to, so that way he told how we have to control each organ, and even one organ is sufficient to spoil the steady mind. Tasmadhyasya mahabaho nirvhidani sarvasaha indriyani indriyadhyebhyah tasya prajña pratishtita. So in whom the steady mind prevails, he says, Tasmat yasya mahabaho nigruhitani sarvasaha indriyani indriyadhyebhyah tasya prajña pratishtitaha. O Mahabaho, or O Arjuna, who have strong arms, Tasmat, therefore, yasya, whose indriyani, organs are nigruhitani, controlled, sarvasaha, in all respects completely, indriyadhyebhyah, from the objects of the sensual objects of the desired ends of the senses. Tasya, that person's prajna, knowledge, pratishtita, remains steady. His mind remains steady, who has control of all the organs. So here he addressed Arjuna as Mahabaho, because that indicates the strength of the person. So it is an indication that, O Mahabaho, O person with great strength, you can control your mind only if you desire. So this applies to all the people. We are all strong. We should make our mind strong, and we should control the mind completely, and thereby all the organs with the pressure. Oh Mahabaho, therefore, whose organs are controlled in all respects completely from the sensual objects or desired ends of the senses, that person whose mind, knowledge remains steady. So here he has concluded that unless you control the mind, you will not be steady. And one who controls the mind, one who has got the absolute control of all the organs through his mind, then he is with the prajna, and prajna is steady in him. He remains steady. ఎవరైతే అతని మనసుని సంపూర్ణంగా అతని వశంలో ఉంచుకుంటారో ఇంద్రియార్థాల నుంచి ఇంద్రియాలని వికల్పింపజేసి మనస్సుతోటి మనస్సు యొక్క శక్తి చేత ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ప్రజ్ఞ ప్రతిష్ఠితం అవుతుంది. వాళ్ళ బుద్ధి నిశ్చలంగా ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు స్థిర ప్రజ్ఞలు అవుతుంది. So, thus far, who will lead this? Tasmat Yasya Mahabaho. Anybody else?
Tatgar.
Come on.
Tasmat Yasya Mahabaho Nigruhitani Sarvasaha Indriyani Indriyadhyebhyah Tasya Prajna Pratisthita.
Tasmat Yasya Mahabaho Nigruhitani Sarvasaha Indriyani Indriyadhyebhyah Tasya Prajna Pratisthita. So far, the advantage of controlled mind and disadvantage of uncontrolled mind are described or analyzed by Krishna Paramatma. So this is an instruction to all the human beings who want to control themselves, who want to be away from the sensual pleasures and control the mind. Next. So hereafter, there is a very beautiful comparison here, and the condition of the one who controls and one who has no control. Yukta and Ayukta. Yukta means one who has got control, and Ayukta is one who has no control of the organs. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasya jagati sanjami yasyam jagati bhutani sa nisha prasyato mune. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam. Ya, which is nisha, night, for sarva bhutanam, for all living beings, which is night for all the living beings. Tasyam, in that moment, at that time, jagati, keeps awake, sanyami, a person with control. A person with control keeps his mind awake when all the other people are sleeping. Here, this night symbolizes ajnana, and jagrata means wisdom or knowledge or control. So one who has control of himself, he keeps away, or he keeps the mind concentrated and steady when all other people are in the ajnana. So Vishnu Priya Kasirati has joined from West Virginia. Yeah, which is nisha, night for sarva bhutana, for all living beings. Tasyam, in that moment, jagati keeps away sanyami, person with control. And yasyam, at which time bhutani, all the living beings, jagati keeps awake, muni, one keeps quiet, concentrating on the object. Pashyato, he looks, sa, that period as nisha, as night. So what is day for the muni, for all the people, is night for the sanyami, and which is night for all the people is day for him, just like India and America. Here it is day and it is a night for them. So it's one place only we have to consider, and when it is night for all the other people, it is day for him, or the jagrata, his mind is awake at that time. So which is night for all the living beings, at that time a person with control keeps awake or keeps his mind alert, at which time all living beings keep awake. Muni looks that as night. So Muni is one who keeps quiet, concentrating on the object. So this is a contradictory thing. What is night for one is night for a day for the other, and what is day for the other is night for one. So it is ajnani and jnani. One who is a jnani, he keeps alert when all other people are filled with ajnani. Suppose a near relative has got some problem, then all people will be feeling bad, they'll be crying and all that. But a jnani thinks that yes, this is common, so let us do what is necessary and to how to get over this difficulty. So that is a very important slokam. where he told that we have to keep our mind alert when other people are, other people's mind are in ajnana or illusion or maya. So, या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्या जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः అందరికీ రాత్రి అయినప్పుడు మునికి అది పగలు అంటే ఆయన మనస్సు నిశ్చలంగా భగవంతుని మీద కేంద్రీకరించబడి ఉంటుంది. అందరూ నిద్రపోయేటప్పుడు ఆయన జాగ్రత్తగా ఉంటారు. అలాగే ఏ వ్యక్తి తక్కిన వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా వాళ్ళందరూ నిద్రపోతున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు మేలుకుని ఉంటారు, అంటే జ్ఞానంతో ప్రవర్తిస్తారు. సో who else will read this? Yes.
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्य जागृति संयम्ये यस्यं जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनः.
Very good. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. So, hope all of you understood the essence of this sloka. That means we should keep alert always. When all the other people are sleeping, that means they are not concentrating the object. We should concentrate on the object. And so this alertness is instructed in this sloka. Next. अपूर्वमाणमचल प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमाप प्रविशन्ति यत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. Very good meter. अपूर्वमाणमचल प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमाप प्रविशन्ति यत् तद्वत् कामाय प्रविशन्ति सर्वे शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. Harsha, can you read this?
Yes, sir.
Please do it.
Yes. आपूर्यमानम् अचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रम् आप प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी.
Sa shantimapnoti, he will get shanti. Na kamakami, not the one who wishes, desires, or one who is interested in sensual pleasure. So who will get shanti? And it is clear that the one who is kamakami or one who is interested in sensual pleasures, కోరికల మీద మనస్సుని ఉన్నవాడు శాంతిని పొందరు అన్నది ఆకలి. నా శాంతి మాప్నోతి నా కామకామి. అండ్ హూ గెట్ శాంతి, ఎవరికి శాంతి దొరుకుతుంది, ఎవరికి శాంతి దొరకదు, ఎవరు శాంతంగా ఉండగలరు, ఎవరు బుద్ధి ప్రశాంతంగా ఉంటుంది అన్నది ఇందులో చెప్పారు. అపూర్వమానం ఇక్కడ ఒక గొప్ప ఉదాహరణ తీసుకున్నాడు. గంభీరమైనటువంటి మనస్సు కలిగినటువంటి మన మనస్సుతోటి ఇంద్రియాలను జయించిన వాడిని, ఆ మనస్సుని సముద్రంతో పోల్చాడు. సముద్రం ఆప ప్రవిశంతి, సముద్రంలోకి గంభీరమైన సంపూర్ణంగా నీళ్లతోటి నిండి గంభీరంగా ఎంతో లోతుతోటి నీళ్లతో నిండి ఉన్న సముద్రములోకి ఎంతో వేగంతో నదులన్నీ కూడా ప్రవహించి వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ది రివర్స్ ఫ్లో ఇంటు ది సీ విత్ గ్రేట్ ఫోర్స్, అండ్ ఆల్రెడీ ది సీ ఈజ్ ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్, అండ్ ది వాటర్ విచ్ కమ్స్ టు ది from the rivers does not disturb it, and it remains as peaceful and quiet as earlier, even when the great rivers flow into it. So, apurvamanam achalam pratishtam. Apurvamanam means completely filled, which is completely filled. Samudram, ocean. Achala pratishtam remains undisturbed. Achalam pratishtam, it remains undisturbed. Tadvat, in the same manner, yam, in whom sarve, all kama desires pravishanti enter, still sa, he who is undisturbed, apnoti obtains shanti or peace. Not kamakami, one who desires wishes or one who is interested in the pleasures. So in which manner water enters in the completely filled ocean, which is very deep, but the sea remains undisturbed, and it looks as if it is not concerned with all this entering of the water. In the same manner, in whom all the desires, though all the desires enter into the mind of a controlled person, that keeps him unperturbed, and he is not disturbed by the entrance of all the wishes. He is not bothered about the influence of the wishes, and he keeps steady. సముద్రంలోకి నదులు అన్ని కూడా ప్రవహించినప్పటికీ ఆ నది ఎలాగైతే ప్రశాంతంగా ఉంటుందో ఆ విధంగానే ఈ కోరికలన్నీ ఇంద్రియాల ద్వారా ఈ కోరికలు మనస్సును విచలింప చేయడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేసినప్పటికీ కూడా స్థితప్రజ్ఞుడైన మనిషి ఆ వాటి వల్ల ఆ ఆటుపోట్ల వల్ల ఏ విధమైనటువంటి మన వైకల్యాన్ని పొందకుండా ప్రశాంతంగా ఉండి తన స్థితప్రజ్ఞతో అన్ని నేర్చుకుంటాడు. అటువంటి వాళ్ళలోనే శాంతి ఉంటుంది. కామకామి కోరికలతో నిండి ఉన్న మనసున్న వాళ్ళ మనసులో శాంతి ఉండదు. వాటర్ enters with force in the ocean, which is full of water already, but ocean remains undisturbed. In the same manner, in whom various desires enter, still he yukta, or who has control of his mind and senses, he is undisturbed and he obtains peace, not the one who wishes sensual objects. Apurvamanam achala pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sachantimapnoti nakamakami. Anybody else will read this? Yamini Joshi?
Sir, Aruna chad. Aruna.
Aruna, please do it.
అపూర్వమాణమచలాం ప్రతిష్టం సముద్రమానసః ప్రవిశంతి యద్వత్ తద్వాన్ కామాయాం ప్రవిశంతి సర్వే సర్వే స శాంతిమాప్నోతి న కామకామి.
Sa shantimapnoti na kamakami.
శాంతి వ్యాప్నోతి న కామకామి. అపూర్వమాణం అచల ప్రతిష్టం సముద్రం
ఆపః ప్రవిశంతి యద్వత్ ఏ విధంగా అయితే అపూర్వమానం పూర్తిగా నీటిలో నిండి ఉన్నటువంటి స్థిరమైనటువంటి సముద్రంలోకి నీళ్లు అన్ని వైపుల నుంచి నదుల ద్వారంలో నుంచి ప్రవేశిస్తున్నప్పటికీ కూడా అది ఏ విధంగా అచల ప్రతిష్టంగా ఉంటుందో నిశ్చలంగా స్థిరంగా ఉంటుందో. తర్వాత తద్వత్ కామాయం ప్రవిశంతి సర్వే కామా అన్ని కోరికలు ఎవరిలో ప్రవేశిస్తూ ఉంటాయో ఆ స్థితప్రజ్ఞుడైన మనిషి సశాంతిమాప్నోతి వారు శాంతిని పొందుతారు. నా కామకామి. తర్వాత విహాయ కామాన్య సర్వాన్ సమాశ్చరతి నిస్పృహః నిర్మమో నిరహంకారః సశాంతిమతి గచ్చతి. ఇంకా వాట్ కెన్ మేక్ యూ మోర్ పీస్ఫుల్ అండ్ యువర్ పీస్ ఇస్ నాట్ డిస్టర్బ్డ్. సో వాట్ షుడ్ బి డన్? Vihaya, leaving sarvansu, all kama desires, anyaha, which tumam, that person charati conducts himself nisprahaha, unconscious, nirmamu, unattached, nirahankaraha, without ego, sa, that person adhigachati, attains shanti, peace. So leaving all desires, when a person conducts himself with leaving all the desires and remains unconscious of or nirmamu, unconscious of things, nirmamo, unattached, and nirahankara, without ego, he gets peace. Leaving all desire, the person who conducts oneself to be unmindful of the surroundings, unattached and unegoistic, that person attains peace. ఏ వ్యక్తి అయితే కోరికలన్నింటినీ కూడా త్యజించి తనని తాను నిర్మోహం మమకారము లేకుండాను అన్అటాచ్డ్, ఏ విధమైనటువంటి సాంగత్యాలు లేకుండాను అహంకార రహితంగాను ఎవరైతే తనని తాను నడిపించుకోగలరో అటువంటి వారు శాంతిని పొందుతారు. Leaving all desires, the person who conducts himself or oneself to be unmindful, unattached and unegoistic, that person attains peace. So for peaceful mind, what we should do is clearly told here. So you don't get disturbed by the things in your surroundings, and don't be egoistic. Don't be mindful of petty things which are external. So if your mind is under control, those things will not disturb you. So it is within yourself. It is you who can control your mind. Vihaya kamanya sarvan samastharati nispruhaha nirmamo nirahankaraha sashanti madhigacchati. Anybody else? Lalita or Varanya? Anita is also there.
Can I?
Do it.
Vihaya kaman yah sarvan pumanscharati nispruhaha nirmamo nihankaraha sashanti madhigacchati.
Vihaya, repeat it. Vihaya, Aditya, repeat. Vihaya Kamanyah Sarvan
Pumanscharati
Nispruhaha
Nirmamo Nirahankaraha Sashantimadhigacchati.
Giving all desires, one should conduct himself unmindful, unattached, unegoistic, and then he can attain peace of mind, shanti. So, last sloka of this adhyaya. So, this is finally he describes what is this state called and what is how one can attain the celestial bliss. Esha Brahmi Stitihi Partha Nainam Prapya Vimushyati Sittvasyantakalepi Brahmanirvana Vrichyati. So the final secret of the celestial is the celestial. Esha Brahmi Stitihi. Somebody is opening it is feeding there. Okay. Esha, this one is Brahmi Sthiti, or a state of celestial knowledge. Partha, oh Arjuna, Nainam Prapya, on attaining this state, Nai does not vimuhyati, he will not get infatuation on anything. Sthitva, it remains settled, Sya, in it. Antakale, at the end of life, even at the end of life, Brahma Nirvana, celestial bliss, Vrichyati, attains. So, this is what should be done and how we should conduct oneself and how much concentration is required, how much to control. It's told in this. Brahmi Sthiti. Brahmi Sthiti means a state of celestial knowledge. Brahma means knowledge, great knowledge. Brahmi Sthiti means knowledge, a state of great knowledge, celestial knowledge, whatever it is. The Brahmi Sthiti or a state of celestial knowledge. So this is the Brahmi Sthiti. What is Brahmi Sthiti? Partha, O Arjuna, Nainam prapya vimuhyati, na enam prapya vimuhyati, na enam on attaining this state, na does not vimuhyati, will not get infatuation or attachment with things. When he comes to this state, he will not get any attachment, and that steady mind remains in him. Whatever the organs may pull him, the mind may pull, but his mind is always steady and concentrated. He is not attracted towards anything. And antakale, even at the end of life, if this state of mind is prevailing, murchati, he attains celestial bliss. So the secret of attaining celestial bliss or great happiness is to keep the mind steady even at the end of life. So, O Partha, this is Brahmi Sthiti or state of attainment of celestial knowledge. One who attains this state is beyond attractions or attachment. Even at the time of the end of life, he attains celestial bliss. That is the essence of this. O Partha, this is Brahmi Sthiti or the state of celestial, attaining celestial knowledge. Attainment of celestial knowledge. One who attains this state is beyond attractions or attachment. So it is only after this state then the mind wavers or the indriyas can pull or anything can happen. But once that comes to the this thing, so the centrifugal force, when it pulls it, and when it comes to the center, thereafter there is no pulling, and it is steady, and it is gyrocentric, and it rotates in its orbit, as you all know. O Partha, so that state we have to attain by making all these circles and coming to the center and controlling all this. So that gyrocentric state, when we get, that is the Brahmi Sthiti. O Partha, this is the Brahmi Sthiti, or the state of attainment of celestial knowledge. One who attains this state is beyond attractions or attachment, and even at the time of end of life, attains celestial bliss. If his mind remains steady even in the end of life. Oh, I'm reminded of a small story. One person, he never thinks of God, and he never uttered the name of God. And so relatives are worried how this man can get moksha, and he will go to mean lives and all that. So when he became sick at in the last stages, and they are certain that he will pass away in a few hours or minutes, whatever it be. So they thought of making him utter the word of Narayana at least once. So they made a trick. They wanted to show two things, and when they are uttered together, it makes the sound Narayana. Nara in Telugu or Sanskrit, Nara means it is the jute. And there was a coin called Anna in the previous days. 16 Annas make 1 rupee. That was the time. So if they combine with this Nara and Anna, it becomes Narayana. So they want to show both these things and make him tell the names, so that he will get utter the word Narayana. So they brought the Nara or jute and showed him. Then he, instead of telling Nara, he told Pichu. Pichu also means the same thing, but he selected that word. And so Pichu, Ana, it does not make Narayana. So finally they thought at least Ana he told. So Ana he will get half the punyam, and it is his fate. So like that, there are people who never utter the name of God in the life. But they may be. But one thing, the one who does not utter the name of God outside will be doing it 100 times, 1,000 times, constantly in his mind, because he will always say, no, I will not say Narayana, I will not say Narayana. So he will be inwardly chanting that word, and he is more punyatma than the one who chants it once or twice in the life. So that is the story. So that Brahmi Sthiti, or the eternal state of steadiness of mind, is what is to be acquired. And that is the last sloka of this chapter. Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Geeta Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Tridivyochayah. So, who will read the Esha Brahmi Sthiti Sloka?
Sir, can I? Sir?
You are in reservation.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Please read. Kindly read your Quran.
నేను చదవనా గురుగారు?
Are you there?
ఉన్నాను గురుగారు.
మరి చదవండి.
ఏషా బ్రహ్మీ స్థితి పార్థ నైనాం ప్రాప్య విముచ్యతి స్థిత్వా స్యామంతకాలేపి బ్రహ్మ నిర్వాణమృచ్చతి.
ఏషా బ్రాహ్మీ స్థితిః
ఏషా బ్రాహ్మీ స్థితిః పార్థ న ఏనం ప్రాప్య విముహ్యతి స్థిత్వా స్యామంతకాలేపి బ్రహ్మ నిర్వాణమృచ్చతి.
एषा ब्राह्मी स्थिति पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति. ॐ तत्सद इति ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे साङ्ख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः.
So now we'll summarize this. Sankhya means a distinction between Atma and Anatma. What is Atma and what is Anatma? And Krishna instructs the Kinkartavya state of Arjuna in his Kinkartavya, what to do, what not to do. That is the state of Arjuna, and Krishna in that state, he chaids him and he instructs him, he enlightens him about the Atma Tattva. What is Atma? So Atma is one. So I am the person who kills. That feeling is not correct. He told there is Atma and it is Sharira. There is Sharira and Sharira means body. So and what is inside the body is different. So that Atma Tattva is so don't be under illusion that you are killing. It is not you who are killing. So this Tattva of the Gita is illustrated in the first chapter, and that is Sanchita Gita. And the difference between the body and the Atma, Bhagavan has described, and the Atma or the soul is permanent and there is no death for it, and it transforms. It goes from one body to the other, and the body is perishable, and the body only has the Advaita, Sita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha. All these things are only for the body, and this state, this difference is felt because of the senses, the contact of the senses with the mind. So these benefits, losses, victory, all these things are Dvandva Vishyas, Dvandva things, and they should, a person with Samabuddhi, one who should have, people should have Samabuddhi about these things, and without attachment and without desiring the fruit of the karma, one should do the karma, and that will not give him whatever he does. So it is the duty of Arjuna to wage war and kill the enemies, so he will not get papam because of that. So similarly, I have cited the example of a judge who has to punish the judging, and the lawyer Harshatek Palayas, they have to argue what is just, and they will not get papam if the guilty is punished. They should not feel that I have argued for justice and that person, though he has committed the grave sin, he is punished. So I may get sin. That feeling should not be there. It is the duty of the lawyer to argue for justice, and the guilty should be punished. So there should be udvigna in the mind, but the mind should not be overwhelmed with anything, and in a peaceful manner the karma should be performed, and all India should be kept in control, all the organs of the body, and ahankara, mamakara, ego, all these things should be left, and the buddhi should be always concentrated in the Atma or the celestial thing. And such a person only is called Siddha Prajna. And Sankhya Yoga tells that this Sharira or body is not permanent. And one who knows that there is difference between Sharira and Shariri. Shariri means Atma. Sharira means body. So the Atma which dwells in the body or which takes the house of the body is different, and the Sharira or the body is different. Body is perishable, Ashashvata, and the Shariri or Atma is permanent. So this decision should be given importance, and we should do our karma or we should perform our duty. So both these upayas are told. One is jnana and one is karma, and by knowing these things and keeping the mind in control, if we do things, then we can be peaceful and all our sorrows will be taken away. Now, any questions or any elaboration or explanation, please come.
తాతగారు
చెప్పమ్మా.
ఒకసారి చదువుతాను.
ఆ.
ఏషా బ్రాహ్మి స్థితిః పార్థ నైనాం ప్రాప్య విముహ్యతి స్థిత్వా స్యామంతకాలేపి బ్రహ్మ నిర్వాణమృచ్చతి.
Good.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Okay. Any questions? So, what is learned from these two chapters for a better living? Who will summarize? Vijaya, yourself can do that.
Shri. The first chapter is about describing the Arjuna. Arjuna got fearing about the war, to killing the self, the own people, he'll be feeling guilty and bad. And the second chapter, actually, it can be classified into four. The first part, the Arjuna will completely surrender to Lord Krishna and accept him, like treat him as Guru, and he seeks the solution for his grief. Then in the second part, the Krishna explains the cause of the grief, and it is not it is then he explains that the self and the Atma and the soul body are different. And then the third part, he explains about the karma. We have to just do the duty, and that we should not, selfless action should be done. That's what he says. And in the last, like, he explains the of Sthita Prajna, the perfect man. And it is a conclusion, like the Sthita Prajna qualities and how to attain. First he explains the qualities of Sthita Prajna, and then he explains how the Sthita Prajna state is achieved by detaching mind from the senses, we can achieve the state of Sthita Prajna. That's what he says in the second chapter. This is my analysis.
You have analyzed well, and you described what is all told in chapters. But I want what we should learn from this for good conduct of our life. Harsha, can you tell that?
Sir, in Sankhya Yoga, which is like attaining transcendental knowledge, and the Sankhya Yoga tells us that mind is behind everything. The cause of everything is your mind, and if you learn how to control your mind, you will learn how to live a better life.
No.
And
First you come to the body is different from the soul.
soul, yes.
So body is different from soul. So the difficulties are all only for the body, and if your mind is strong, you will not feel the difficulties. So you can take them as equal.
You will be
Good and bad, everything you can take equal when your mind is strong. So because the body is different from the
strong.
mind,
You
and the death or the rebirth, all these things are only for the body, and the Atma is the self is permanent. So in
you will
normal way
learn
of
how
doing
to
things,
control. You will learn how
then
to control your emotions and your senses
you're
if your
doing
mind is
duty.
strong.
You tell about duty. Duty. How we should perform our duty.
We
The
should
duty should be
perform our
performed
duty very
unattached.
sincerely, unattached.
Unattached. And you don't expect the result to happen as you like. You do your duty, and the result is you should leave it to the God or whatever it be for
Almighty,
itself.
yes.
So your duty is only to perform the duty, and the outcome is will follow. That's all. And then controlling the organs. Your mind should be controlled, and all the organs should be controlled. Even one can deviate you from the peace of mind. So these are all important things in this chapter, and each one of can you make points and send to the Lyfistry organizers for know how far you have followed and all that, and it will be a good record for others. So each one of you, I suggest you write what you learned from these two things in simple, just point wise. This should be done, that should be done. Don't need not elaborate the. Okay. So shall we conclude or any more?
తాతగారు
Ah.
ఈ కామా కామి is that a plural for kama or any gender differences in kama?
Kamas, there are many desires. All these are kamas. Kama means desire. It is a wholesome subject. Desire is a common word, and there will be different desires because different senses will ఒక్కొక్క శరీరాంగానికి ఒక్కొక్క రకమైనటువంటి సుఖాన్ని కోరుతుంది, లేకపోతే ఫలితాన్ని కోరుతుంది. అవన్నీ కూడా ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ సెన్సెస్ అంటాం. ఆ ఫలితాలు అనేకమైనటువంటి ఉంటాయి. ఒకళ్ళకి మామిడి పండు తినాలని ఉంటుంది, ఒకళ్ళకి జామ పండు తినాలని ఉంటుంది, ఒకళ్ళకి కారం తినాలని ఉంటుంది, ఒక పులుపు తినాలి. ఇవన్నీ కూడా లేకపోతే ఒక టచ్ చేస్తే ఆనందాన్ని పొందే ఇది ఉంటాయి. ఒకసారి ముట్టుకుని చూద్దామని అలా నిప్పు ముట్టుకుంటే చేయగలుగుతుంది. సో లైక్ దట్ ప్రతి శరీరం తాలూకు ప్రతి భాగానికి కూడా ఒక్కొక్క లక్షణం ఉంది. వాసన చూడడం, అదేదో వాసన చూద్దాం అని చెప్పి మనం పాయిజనస్ గ్యాస్ అని వాసన చూస్తే చాలా ప్రమాదం. ఇప్పుడు కోవిడ్ టైంలో ఏది వాసన పెడుతున్నా ముక్కుని గుడ్డ కట్టుకొని బయటకు వెళ్ళాలి. అంచేత మనం సెన్సెస్ అన్నింటినీ కూడా కంట్రోల్ ఉంచుకుని బయటకు వెళ్ళి వచ్చేస్తే మీకు ఏ విధమైన ప్రాబ్లం ఉండదు అని. ఇక్కడ కోరికలు అన్నవి అనేక రకాలుగా ఉంటాయి. అవన్నీ కూడా కోరికలు.
So kama kami is a plural. So kama kami is a plural.
Kama kami means one who desires, one who is filled with desires, not one. Kamaha, kami. So it is plural.
Also, Tatgaru, Ya Nisa Sarva Bhutanam, that sloka meaning I didn't get into my mind. Can you have any?
Which is night for all the people, means when all the people are ignorant, a person with knowledge will be vigilant. Not real night and real day. It is only the state of mind. మనస్సుని బట్టి తక్కిన వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా అజ్ఞానంతో ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు జ్ఞానంతో ప్రవర్తిస్తారు. తక్కిన వాళ్ళు మేలుకున్నప్పుడు అంటే ఫిజికల్ గా మేలుకుని వాళ్ళు కార్యక్రమాలు చేస్తూ వాళ్ళ ఈ కోరికలు తీర్చుకోవడానికి వాళ్ళ శరీర అంగాలతో అనేకమైన పనులు చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఈ ముని స్థిరంగా కూర్చుని తన ధ్యానంలో తను ఉంటాడు, కానీ ఆ కోరికల వైపు వెళ్ళాడు. అంచేత చేయవలసిన పని ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు చేసిన పని తను చేయడు, వాళ్ళు చేయని పని తను చేస్తుంటాడు. వాళ్ళ కోరికల కోసం వాళ్ళు చేసే పనులు తను చెయ్యడు, అప్పుడు తను నిద్రపోతున్నట్లు.
ఓకే. ఎస్ తాత్ గారు.
Anybody?
Sir, 70th shloka, is it Apuryamada or Apuryamada?
Apuryamanam. Apuryamanam. It is actually Apuryamanam, completely filled. Puryamanam means filled. Apuryamanam, completely filled. Apuryamanam, Ajala Pradeshna.
Okay, sir.
Puranam means filling. Puryam means filled. Apuryam means completely full to the brim. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, Tatgaru.
Thank you, sir.
We completed the second successfully. We will get third chapter.
Sare Guru Garu. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
सर्वे जना भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति।